Okay, and they also, Janet says we need to just talk about your shirt too.
Oh,
So, hey, everybody, you are at Memory Bound Paper Craft Store with Kelly and Sarah
good
and,
morning.
and Janet in the background. We got Janet here too. So, welcome everyone. And Janet even says, good morning, Crafty friends. So, Sarah's here. Let's see who else joins us, Sarah. We got a few people joining us. So, welcome everybody. We're really excited that Sarah's here, and you've been planning this for a little while.
Yeah, we've since it coincides today's the first day of the Iowa State Fair.
Yay!
Unfortunately, it's a little rainy and yucky here today, so if you're going out to
Whoops.
the fair, it might be a little muddy.
Sarah, I didn't even think about the fair with all the rain because we
Yeah,
are having quite a thunderstorm right now.
yeah, we've had several rounds of rain overnight. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Donna.
Everyone's getting here.
Good morning, Letha.
Sarah, I think this is perfect for the first day of the Iowa State Fair
Yeah.
because look at this, you guys. Just wanted to say, hey. And we just had our event here in Ankeny, our retreat, and the theme of it was down on the farm. So that is also perfect coming off of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, like as you mentioned, we talked about doing this for a while because it kind of coincided with our scrapbook retreat theme and the Iowa State Fair. And if you are in town for the fair, it starts today and runs through August 17th. So if you're in town, make sure you stop by and say
Yeah,
hi.
we would love that.
We have tons of different product that is farm related, 4-H related, fair related, anything you're looking for, we've got it
And
here.
we've got a whole display out
Hmm.
front of, we even have paper corn dogs, everybody.
Yeah. And a couple days ago, Janine did a great little junk journal tutorial for a state fair junk journal. It was really cute. So you can get all the papers for that as well. Um, and we're just kind of waiting for people to get on this morning. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Mary.
Looks like Chris is heading back to Arizona. Chris shops at Scraps of Love in Arizona, and that's a really great store. So if you're in the, it's not in Phoenix, but it's in that area. If you're there, be sure and stop. And then Chris likes to visit us when she's here in Iowa, so we love having that. Diane says, "Great day on the farm."
Yeah.
So so Sarah's here, everybody, as you're joining us. And Sarah, maybe people are asking about your shirt,
Sure.
Iowa Food
So,
and Family Project.
yes. So in my previous life at another job, I got involved with a group here in Iowa called the Iowa Food and Family Project. It is a collaboration of all of the commodity groups. So your soybean farmers, your corn farmers, your pork producers, the
Oh
turkey
my
folks.
gosh.
And they basically do the job of educating people about where their food comes from. So they are just farmers throughout the state. They'll do farm tours so people can come and see their farms and learn about how animals are raised or how crops are grown. And then every year at the fair, they have a booth in the Very Industries building at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And my husband and I have volunteered. I think we figured this is our 7th year now of doing it
Oh my
because 2020
gosh.
there wasn't a fair. And so we just go out there and, meet people from all over the state, all over the country, and just tell them about what we do here in Iowa. And I was going to mention too that from the Food and Family Project, I learned quite a bit about how important Iowa is in terms of farming, just not for the state, but for the country and the world. So, for instance, we are number one in pork production. We are number two in the amount of soybean crops that are grown. We're number one in the amount of corn that's
Isn't
grown.
that
It
crazy?
is crazy. And we kind of fluctuate. We kind of share some of those ratings amongst the other Midwest states. We kind of bounce back and forth. And we are also number one in egg production as well. So today's
We're feeding the country,
we
aren't
are.
we,
We're feeding the
Sarah?
country. We're feeding the world. Obviously we talk about a lot of our stuff gets exported as well to other parts of the world. So it's perfect timing that we're going to do on the farm today. This was a collection that Cartabella released earlier this year, and it just really spoke to me. It's really cute, but it's not too cutesy, and the colors are just really nice. They're not so primary.
They're very soft.
Yeah, they are. They are.
We had a customer in this weekend, Sarah, and she's made a baby album out with it. So
Really?
she had
That's
it was a
neat.
baby album, and it had each of them. It was a gift, so she had each month, so they could take a picture of the baby each month, and it's cute, and it could be for boy or girl if you are doing a baby project.
Yeah. Hey, Angie, thanks for the comment on my shirt. Yes, I am a newer employee here. I started back in April. I
And
think
we love it.
we've talked on the phone a couple times, I think, when you've called in. So, yeah. Good morning, Juanita.
Isn't it great? All these
Yeah.
people coming on board.
Everybody getting
We
ready.
love it. We love all of you guys, and we appreciate each and every one of you for sure.
Yes. So,
Should we get started, Sarah? What
yes.
do you think?
So this is what started this project for me. My challenge to myself was to use the sticker sheet and see how many different projects I can create
And
using the
there's a
sticker
lot. I'm
sheet.
going to do that awkward camera move
Yes, that's
because
okay.
she has a lot. We will take pictures of all of these. She's going to share all of them with us and
Hmm.
tell us what she made. And she has a demo.
Yes.
So uh, we love it. Should we switch cameras, Sarah?
We
Is it
should,
time?
we can go ahead
Okay,
and
so I'm
switch
going to switch
cameras.
over to our down camera here.
All right. So I'm going to start with this. This is showing you what I have left after I've done all my projects. So there's still quite a few pieces on here that could be used for other things. But like I said, try to use, I would say, probably at least half to 75% of it for the projects that you'll see today. So the first thing that came to mind when I wanted to do this collection was doing a canvas. And there really wasn't like a good landscape pattern paper in this collection. So what I did was I used the solids from the collection to make my own landscape basically. So there is a lovely blue and green solid. And so that's what I used for the sky and the hills. And then there is a solid that is red on, or they call it red. It's very rust colored.
I got to just adjust our
That's okay.
camera, Sarah. We're kind of skewed. Okay.
Okay. Reddish on one side, tan on the other. So that's what I used for the road on here. And we will actually have the hill pattern available as a download online.
It is available right now.
All right, it is available. So basically, this just shows you the different hills that I used on here. And all I did was trim them out and then just trace them on whatever paper I needed. And then I just adjusted it accordingly so it would fit on here. So like some of these, I think this one's like about 1.5 inches. This hill set's maybe like 2 inches. And I think this one is like 2.5 inches for the top. But before I glued them down with the multimedia mat, I went ahead and took my ink dauber and some Distress Oxide in Rustic Wilderness and just touched up those hills to give them a little bit of dimension so that they weren't just sitting there in the background.
So Sarah, I stepped away for a minute to grab something. The hill pattern, Sarah's hill pattern, is a free download. So if you you could probably sketch something yourself too.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to get Sarah's pattern, we've got that as a free download, and Janet linked it. And we also, I'm not sure people know what a canvas
sure.
is, so I'd like to show.
Sure.
It's a canvas board, so
Yes.
it's not a stretch canvas.
Nope. It's just a nice, this one's a 6x12. We have several different sizes. Maggie has done a couple of different projects using these over the years as well. And it's just a nice surface if you want something that has a little bit more to it than cardstock or even like a coaster board. So it's nice. You can paint on it. You can do it like what we did here, and you can just use some multimedia mat and glue things down in place on it. Yeah, it's very multi-purpose, the canvas.
And it is primed, so it's got the canvas on it, and it has a prime coating on it, so it's ready to go.
Yep.
If you want to paint.
And like I said, there's multiple sizes. I just happened to go with the 6x12 because I knew I wanted a
perfect. I
big
like the
landscape
hills
for it. So then after I got my background all done and inked up, I didn't forgot to mention I just cut a straight strip for the road down here and made sure it kind of blended in with the hill bottom. But I touched that up with some gathered twigs Distress Oxide just to kind of give it also a little bit of depth and character. And then I kind of made sure there was a little bit like under the stickers so you can kind of have that shadow effect. And then I just simply took stickers and started sticking them down. So the barn and the windmill, I wanted them to look like they're kind of off in the distance. So I did not put any dimension behind them. Now the tractor and the truck, I wanted those to stick out as part of the foreground. So what I did was use the powder tool. Some of you probably have one of these at home.
I just used mine, Sarah.
Yeah.
And I used it. This is a little interruption here, but I used it for something different. You know how you get a 6x6 or a 6x8 paper pad and you peel off that little seal and it's
Oh,
sticky?
yes.
Well, I was cleaning up my craft room yesterday and I had a sticky thing and I can't stand that. So I took my powder tool and I cured
Oh,
it.
that's nice.
Silly thing, but that's what I did.
Okay, that's a good way to use it.
Kind of random.
So, and we'll do this as a little demo after we talk through all the projects. I will show you how to use this if you're not familiar with using this. But basically, I just made these or used the powder on the backs of these stickers. And then I used pop dots, foam dots behind them to raise them up and give them some dimension. You might be able to tell that from the video here. You can kind of see
Yeah, that
those
really
under there.
helps.
And then the This is the Good Life is also a title sticker from the sticker sheet. And I did the same treatment on that where I just used the powder tool, made it flat, and then popped it up with some foam tape. And then it just felt like something was missing. So I went through my collection of buttons, found a couple of matching colored buttons,
That is perfect.
stitched them together, and there you have a sun. So really you could come through and, use things from your collection, to help add to the background if you wanted to. So that's the canvas.
I just looking at it a little closer now that
Yeah.
Sarah set it down. So the tractor and the little trailer is all one sticker, I see. I didn't know if that was
Yes. So
pieces. That's really
that's the other
cute.
thing I was going to mention too, which I'll kind of tie into this second project I'm going to show you. There is the red tractor is pulling the wagon on the whole sticker, but there is a green tractor in the set. So you could tractor and put the green
Oh,
tractor in front of it if you're
if
set
you're
on
farming, you
tractor.
know there's green and there's red for
Yes, and my
tractors.
family is a red tractor family. So I was asked, is there going to be a red tractor in your demo?
Oh my gosh.
So for our
Good
green
point.
tractor fans, I have created a little ornament tag, whatever you want to make it. Again, kind of using those same principles of making that sticker flat and using the pop dots to pop that tractor up. What I just did was I used a different pattern paper. On one side, we've got an array of all sorts of colors of tractors. And on the other, we have this lovely green plaid.
I like that plaid.
Yeah, it's a
That's
really nice plaid.
for a lot of things.
So since we
Maybe
just finished
just
up our
one of
Christmas
each
in
poster.
July, I figured a little kind of Christmassy tag coaster ornament, whatever you want to call it, would be appropriate. So I don't know if you can tell on here. I'll bring it up to the camera. So we used Diane's glitter mix on the fence posts and the bottoms of the tractor wheels. So it kind of has a snowy effect. And again, I shown this a couple weeks ago when I did the Winnie the Pooh Christmas demo. I just took, I want to say it's maybe a 4-inch circle die and just cut out that paper and then used the multimedia mats to glue that down to the
Thank you.
coaster.
Thanks, Nicole.
And then I just use a little bit of the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide to go around it, kind of give it that little vintagey feel.
So Sarah, will you
Yeah,
explain Diane's glitter mix? There
sure.
might be some newbies here. Oh, you
Sure.
still got
No,
the
that's
back
fine.
there.
I will do that. And then I just wanted to use another sticker from the collection to kind of finish up the back. So I think this one said life is better on the farm, but I had another Echo Park Cartabella Christmas sticker. So I put that over the life. So it says
Oh,
Christmas is
that's a
better
great
on the
idea. I
farm.
love that.
So
Very clever, very creative.
there's that one. All right, so Diane's Glitter Mix is a combination of the Diamond Dust and the Distress Rock Candy Glitter. And I can't remember is there like a specific
You can
ratio?
do whatever. If you don't know what to do about half and half, and then you do you after that. If you want more of the fine or
And
more of the
I think if
other.
you go out to our blog, there's a recipe, if you will, out there from a
I love
couple
it.
years ago. I know that had gotten posted when this first came out there. So if you want more of a fine mixture, then you'll go with more rock candy. If you want more of a chunky mixture, you'll go with more of the diamond dust. And then I know that there's that new Tim Holtz mica glitter
Yep,
product
and
that'll be
that's
coming
ordered
out
and
too.
that's coming out. It's mica and fine glitter mixed together.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a great, and I have just a little container that's already pre-mixed at home. So whenever I want to add
Yeah.
some on a project, I just get my little container out and add some. So that's,
Diane gifted me some a few years ago, so I have some too. Will
yeah,
you show your on your on your coaster? Will you
sure,
show it up close?
sure.
See if we can get it to show there. Yeah, so you can see it's Diane's mix is really
Right
special
here.
because it has the chunky and the fine.
Mm-hmm.
So the gaps of the chunky fills in with the fine. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense, but
And it
she's
might be a little
famous.
hard to see. I just put some multimedia matte, which is clear, on here,
Hmm.
and then put those on there. If I would have done like a, oh, like a white Nouveau drop or something, and then put those on top, you would have probably,
Oh, then yeah,
yeah,
so
it
you'd be
might look more
less crystally
snowy.
and more
Yeah,
whitish. That's a
yeah.
good idea too. Sarah, you're a good thinker
Oh,
on your
thanks.
feeder person.
And then just want to show you the different sizes of the coasters that we have available. We've got the rounds, which I tend to use quite a bit of, the squares, and then the rectangle. Do or horizontal, which that leads into my next
Oh,
project.
what a good transition.
It
Sarah, you are
is.
awesome.
So I took one of our rectangle coasters and the hens and chickens paper from Echo Park. This is from a different collection. So this is from just their chickens.
Oh,
So it's cute little chicken pattern on the one side. And then this really nice, just kind of subtle chicken wire pattern on the back side, if you can see that.
you could use that for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be great for like even if you want to do like a kind of like a kitchen scene, it could be like, a wall tile scene or however it is. So it's very versatile with that. So I just used that paper for the background and then some stickers from the on the farm collection. And again, with this one, I wanted to make this the focal point. The sticker says, "And so together they built a life they loved on a farm with chickens." And I just thought it was kind of a cute little sign. So I went ahead and did that powder technique on that, popped it up with some foam dots and around the edges with hickory smoke and just kind of gave that a little bit more dimension. And of course, a little bit of twine. This is a nice kind of bluish gray twine that we've got here in the store. We've got lots of twine that would work for this
I
project.
love twine.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, stuff that would coordinate with the orange, the tan, the black. Yeah. So
Sarah, since you're talking about chickens and the chicken paper, I just want to mention that Janet is working on a chicken card kit. So we will have a chicken card kit coming out with Janet probably next, maybe the end of August, maybe early September. We're getting it put together right now.
I love Juanita's comment. I grew up hearing that friends don't let friends drive green tractors.
Ah, let me show that.
And Janet just said, "Ha ha, funny. I just heard the opposite. My dad retired from John Deere."
Yeah, there's a thing about green and red tractors,
Yes,
isn't there?
it is. It's
Kind of
you're one
crazy.
or the other. So then to kind of finish off this, I didn't want just the backside of the coaster, plain. I mean, you could, but I also had some ink splotches on mine. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to leave that there. So I just cut a piece of just grayish cardstock to finish this off and just used the multimedia mat to glue that in place. So that is our coaster project.
Sarah did a lot of projects, you guys. Is it seven? Seven projects.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
That's okay. It was
amazing.
fun. It was fun to, like I said, to challenge myself and just keep figuring out different projects that I could use from that one sticker sheet.
That's what's amazing that you did it all from the sticker sheet.
All right, which one do I want to do? Okay, so I've got two cards that I really like. So this was one I
I
used.
like that a lot too, Sarah.
This one's gotten a lot of comments from folks here on staff. So I used the Tim Holtz brush strokes stamp set. Katie had used this a couple years, maybe even last year, as a nice kind of background grounding focal point when she was doing her Winnie the Pooh outline cards. And at that point, I'm like, I need to get that stamp set because, well, the way she used it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'd never
It's
thought
a
about
good
that.
basic. If you don't have it, I
Yeah.
highly recommend it.
I find myself reaching for it quite a bit. So I took this stamp right here and I turned it upside down so it's actually this way on the card. And I used it to make dirt. And then I used the little cornstalk sticker from the sticker sheet. I didn't pop this one up. I wanted this one to just be kind of a simple card,
Mhm.
not too much going on, just very simple. So I put the sticker down and then I used the greetings from and Iowa from the memory bound from greetings from Iowa stamp set, which we are now out of, unfortunately. But that's a really nice versatile set that has some state greetings, the word Iowa a couple times, some state outlines. So if you have that, I highly recommend using that for these like little cute little cards.
That is really cute.
So then, staying with that same
Oh, that one. I love that
stamp,
one too.
um, the one thing I will say about this set, and I was commenting on this with a coworker the other day, the one thing that they forgot to put in here is a bale of hay. The only hay bales are in little images like this barn here,
Yeah,
and
that would have been good.
yeah, just so I could have like used that to like gather the animals around or something. That would have been nice. So Echo Park, if you're listening, next time you do this,
Yes.
throw a hay bale in there for us, or two, or three. So anyway, I used this same brushstroke stamp, and what I did was I just repeated it across the bottom of this card using, I believe I used mowed lawn on this one. Yeah, this was mowed lawn, and a little check. Yes, mowed lawn. And then I again wanted to create some kind of dimension. So I put a couple of the stickers in the background and then I put a couple of them up in the front and again use that powder tool technique and then popped them up with foam dots. And then I'm like, it's kind of boring. I really should have put a sky in there somewhere. So after the animals were already on there, I got my foam dauber out and just used some tumbled glass distress oxide. So use one of these because I like these more when I'm using the oxides than an actual blending brush. And then I just put that and dabbled that through and made my sky. So I don't know if you can kind of see that. It's just kind of a light touch, kind of looks like a little bit of little clouds in the sky. And then the just wanted to say is from one of the photo play Say It With Stamps. I want to say it's Grateful is the collection. And I think it said just wanted to say, and then there was something after the say. So I just masked that off just because I wanted just this part here that says just wanted to say. And then I just used a basic alphabet die and die cut the hay out of.
That's really cute.
So here's the tumbled glass and the mowed lawn oxide. Yep.
Those colors go really well together,
Yeah.
Sarah.
And I felt that they really coordinated with the other greens and blues
Yeah.
too. And you could use any of your alphabet stamp or dies for that one.
I think it's
Oh,
fun.
Denise
That
has
is
a
really fun.
good idea. Make a hay bale with your round stamp. Yeah, we could actually use like this one to make a hay bale. That's a great idea.
Don't you love it when people have these great
Yeah,
ideas?
that's a great idea.
Makes me want to go back and try it.
I know, right? All right, so that's those two cards.
Sarah, so show that stamp set
Sure.
brushstrokes one more time because
Yeah.
I want to give you a big shout out. I've never even thought to use that for like the ground or grounding
That's
something.
what
It's always
Teresa
been,
had said
did she
too.
say that?
Yeah.
I've only used it for backgrounds. Not,
I've
I mean, just for up above, but
yeah.
never like for grass or anything.
I've
So
used it for
kudos.
grass on a few poo cards that I did after Katie did her demo. I'm like, oh, that'd be great for ground.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Good
So
job.
thanks. All right, and we have plenty of these in stock. If you don't have this set, I highly recommend it. It comes in handy more than you might think it will. All right, then I was kind of running out of ideas of things, so I'm like, we'll just make some cards with
Yeah.
what other things I can find on the sticker sheet. So down here at the bottom, there was a nice plaid strip here. And it's big enough that you can cut it and make it into two cards if you wanted to. So this is just a simple A2 card. And I used and cut off that plaid strip. I used a wheelbarrow sticker, a bunch of floral stickers, and then this little one that says thanks down here, and just made a simple
That
thank you
was on the
card.
sticker sheet too, little
Mm-hmm.
greetings like that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's handy.
There's one that says welcome, best day, thanks, two thanks. A little tiny one says family, and I do mean tiny. They like to put their tiny ones
Yeah,
on their stuff.
they fill it in.
Yes,
They
they
don't leave any
do.
white space on their
Yes,
sticker
they
sheets,
do.
and we love that.
So that was one, and then the other, I did a A7 and just did a simple thanks card because there was a little section of uh, banner, what I would call banner
Hmm.
stickers up at the top. So I just put those on my card, drew a line with the Sharpie between them,
Oh,
and
that's, I
then,
was wondering what you had between them.
oh yeah,
That's great. Good idea.
added some alphabet stickers and a bunch of little birds and some flowers down there. So
See, I think you grounded the birds, the chickens and geese and whatever with those little flowers.
yeah, yep, that was my plan.
Since
So they
they
weren't just kind
since
of
they didn't have
floating.
any hay bales,
Yes,
right?
no hay bales. So
Well,
there's
Denise
that one.
said your cards are adorable.
Well, thank you, Denise. And I've got one final project to share with you guys today using this collection and another one. So I used the rest of that plaid dye.
Let's see, let's get you focused here.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So I used the rest of that plaid dye, built a background out of that blue solid paper that I'd used for the sky on my canvas. And then I used some of the tan from the red and tan background and made it kind of look like a counter. So then it's kind of like a wooden counter with like a tablecloth on it. And then
Oh,
just a
yeah.
background. And then the homemade sticker is also from the sticker sheet. And then I use a die set that we had gotten in a little while ago. It's called Casserole Die Set by Hero Arts. And we don't have any in stock right now, but there are some on
They're
order.
on the way. Yes. So if you want one, let us know and we'll
Yep.
reserve one for you.
Yes. And this is just a fun set that you can make like the classic Pyrex bowls with.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me
So
of.
that's what I did here. Did same colors, just different sizes of bowls. And then what I did too is, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try to get it to the camera so you can see.
Yeah, there
There
when
we
you tip it,
go.
it's perfect, Sarah.
I just covered it with glossy accents to make it have that Pyrex look, which also stands out against the canvas texture of the Cartabella paper.
Did you see that die and just have to have it, or did
I
you?
did. It was
It's
one when it came in, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to use this, but I have to have it because it's
it's
fun.
really cool. It's very different.
And a lot of the samples online from them, this is what they have on the front of their set. And it's like all their samples have all these bowls stacked, and I'm like, oh, I would never like naturally ever stack that many bowls.
You don't want them
I,
sprayed.
I would be afraid of that. Yes,
I wonder if there's anybody watching that collects the Pyrex, the old Pyrex. They're
they are worth quite a bit
they're
these
pretty
days.
cool, and I have a couple, but they're nothing old. They're not rare or anything. But there's a big story about Pyrex. There's two different Pyrexes. I didn't know if you knew that, Sarah.
No.
And they are different. I don't can't remember if the company broke off years and years ago, but one is all in capitals and one is not. And
Mm,
they're actually two different brands. So it's kind of
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. I just know that there's like several patterns, and some of them are more rare and more
Yeah.
expensive than the others. And I personally do not have any Pyrex because I tend to
Well,
break things.
well,
So,
Janet says she has a weakness for old Pyrex,
oh,
and
okay.
Janet has a weakness for a lot of cool old
She likes
things.
vintage things.
Yes.
Yes.
I think the red is cool when you put it out at Christmas. I don't have any, but I think it's pretty neat.
And then this set also comes with fun things, a couple spoons. As you can see, there's a solid and a pattern for each size of the bowls. And then they have lids too that cut with them. So you can opt to do the lid or not. I did do the lid. I just glued it on to the back side of the bowl here. So then it looks like it's a covered bowl, which would make sense to me if they're sitting on top of each other, that there's a lid in there. So that was just kind of a quick one. And then you might be wondering, where did the oval coaster come from?
Yeah.
I actually made that using oval dies. And all it is, I did finish this one. Okay, so all it is I just took some heavy chipboard that I had and just cut out the circle. And actually what I did go ahead and So I cut out the circle from the chipboard, cut out the, or sorry, the oval, and then I cut out the oval from the blue paper so then they could glue together. And then with these, I just glued them on top and then just trimmed around the bottom instead of cutting out a separate oval for the brown. And then I did do a backer on the back with the brown oval as well.
It just gives it a little more thickness and
Yeah,
stability when you add the back.
yep. And it also makes it look nice because again, I think there was maybe something on the back of that chipboard because it was just a random piece in my collection. And then for the bowls, I also did the powder technique on. Actually, I didn't do the powder technique on those because those were cut out of cardstock. But I just popped them up with some pop dots on the underside there. I didn't really do anything with the spoon. I did finally use that reddish side of the brown and red paper,
Okay.
mostly because it tied in with that homemade. Pyrex is heat proof.
So there is a difference. The capital Pyrex, according to Linda.
Oh, capital Pyrex is heat proof. Lowercase Pyrex is not. Interesting.
So there are two different Pyrexes. I learned that when I was searching for a certain size of a new dish I needed.
All right. So, like I said, if you want this set, let us know because we do have some on order.
They have a lot of dies with it.
Yeah. I want to say, don't quote me, but I want to say it was like $24.99 maybe.
Hero Arts has a new creative director, and I think we've seen a change in some of their releases. And this is to me
Yeah, this
one
was
of
a
the
fun
really
one.
good things.
Oh, did you want to go get the curio cabinet that goes with this one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because about the same time that they did this release, I would say this was probably May that they released this one. They also released a kitchen curio cabinet as well that has a lot more pieces to it. So if you wanted to make, it's kind of like a Hoosier cabinet style, but it has a lot of little pieces that you can put inside the cabinet besides just the cabinet. Kelly's
Sarah,
grabbing that
thank
for
you.
us.
That's a great idea
Yeah.
because they do go hand in hand, and they were released together.
So this is the other one. This is called Classic Cabinet. It says that there are 32 cutting dies. So you see all of the fun little things you can make with it. And then there's all the pieces.
That's a lot of pieces.
It is a lot of pieces. I do not have this one.
I would need a magnetic sheet to store that on. I believe.
Yes. Yes. As you can tell, I haven't gotten around to storing mine yet because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to store mine. So that's Classic Cabinet. We do have some of these in stock. And this is casserole die set. We're getting more of those.
And Stacy says she has that, and she really likes it. She says it's fun, the cabinet one.
Oh, okay.
We love to hear from all of you for your
Yeah.
ideas and the things that you have that you like.
Okay.
So Sarah's got some other. So you've shown us the
Yes.
canvas board. You've shown us the coaster. You've shown us your ornament, your cards, your casserole dish project. 7 projects.
Yeah.
Wow, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, I better write that down on our tracker.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
everybody, we're keeping a tracker here at Memory Bound.
I'm kind of keeping with our 4-H theme. When I was in 4-H as a kid, so like I think I've been out of 4-H for almost 30 years. Not quite 30 years yet.
Surely not.
And so I was always the kid at the fair who had a lot of projects. And I lived in rural Iowa, but I was not a farm kid, so I didn't have any of your typical like livestock entries or anything like that. So my stuff was always more arts and crafts, foods, photos, that type of thing. So I was
Cool.
thinking the other day as I was getting ready for this project, my first scrapbook that I put together was probably what they called back in the day, and I don't know if they still do these or not, was my 4-H record book. So that was just a big binder of all the projects that you did during the year, what you took to the
That would be
fair.
so fun. I didn't have anything like that, but that sounds really
Mine
fun.
are in Rubbermaid totes in my basement, but I couldn't get at them, so
Oh,
we just had to rearrange our storage room. So I couldn't get at them, but I would have brought that in. I've got several that are really
they're fun to
thick.
look at, aren't
Yeah,
they?
it's fun to kind of look back on stuff, and I haven't looked at those in a while. But so yeah, that was probably my first foray into scrapbooking was with my 4-H record books. So, all right, let's get on to doing a technique. If you guys are ready for a
I think
technique,
so.
all right. Okay, get all my stuff here.
So not only do we get to see all these wonderful projects, but Sarah's going to show us.
Yes, you guys really
Technique.
liked the crocodile demo, and so I'm gonna
Yes.
racking my brain on what other fun things. And as I was working on this project, I said to Kelly, how about if I do a demo on using the powder tool? Because I use that quite a bit in this project. So here is what that looks like. This one is from EK Success. I've been told you could also use your embossing buddies too, because basically they have like this powder that'll help dry things too. So if you don't have one of these and you have an embossing buddy, you could use that as a pinch too.
How much is that, Sarah?
This is $7.99. We've got several of these in stock.
I just got my own at home. So now I have one.
We've
got them here at Memory Bound, but you got 3, yeah. But I've never had one of my very own like I do now. So I'm excited.
So I'm going to take this cute little die cut sticker. It says, "And when we go to sleep, we count tractors, not sheep." And this has a very neutral blue tractor on it versus red or green.
We had a lot of conversation today about red and green, so that's great.
All right. And so all you do is you just take your powder tool, and then the powder automatically just comes up to the applicator. And you just rub the applicator all over the back of your sticker until it's no longer sticky. And you might have, depending on your powder tool, you might have like a fine dust on the back, but it doesn't matter because nobody's going to see it. This powder happens to be pretty white, so you really can't see it. I've got one at home that's got a little more color to it, so you can see that, so you can tell what areas you've powdered. So now it is not sticky anymore, because I can rub my finger on it and it's not sticking. And then all you're going to do is take some foam dots. You guys can.
Janet commented that if you use the powder tool versus the other thing,
Embossing
the powder, yeah that if you're putting your foam dots on first, which some people do, you're not, Sarah, but some people do, then you can get down between them.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could do that too, because the foam dots will stick to this whether it's been powdered or not.
So either way.
So I've got those done. And then, we got to do something with this now that we've got our foam dots on it. So I have a couple of leftover scraps from the On the Farm papers that I used.
Oh, we die cutting today too, huh, Sarah?
Die cutting too.
Did you? I don't. Why you get that out? Mary said your 4-H books are now what most would call junk journals.
Yeah.
That Mary has hers from the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
And Heidi says orange tractors too.
Yep, orange and yellow, and I know my dad's wife. My dad has collector's tractors, and his wife is. Kidding? Yeah, he's got a couple of red antique tractors. And his wife's always like, "What about a pink one?" And he's like, "No."
That'd be great. Sarah, when you get a chance, we have a question for you about the easiest way to get the cap off of
the powder tool. I'll be honest.
You have a tip, or
I just have to fight with it sometimes. So like this one, it pops off. It's a little tighter. I have other tools at home where it just slides right off too, but. And sometimes you can just you don't even have to leave the cap on if you don't want to. I
think Katie said she doesn't bother to put hers on.
When I have mine at home, they're off to the side so that they're not really going to get knocked over or anything like that. All right, so I just grabbed a die that we have in our collection here at the store. I thought it was cute. It had a nice little scallop border to it. So I'm going to pop that out. So I've got this cute little square here. And then I'm just going to...
Do you have any more die cutting to do?
I was going to just make a little frame too.
Okay, I'll leave that.
There we go. You guys can see that. So I'm just going to put that on this little frame. And then I'm going to cut out a larger frame.
I went to get your ink for you, and I realized you had it sitting over here all along.
Okay. I didn't have the mowed lawn, though, I realized. I had the tumbled glass, but I did not have the mowed lawn. So then I really just like this paper. I used this to make a project earlier this year for my dad's wife because I thought all the
It
little
has
tractors were
all of the
cute.
tractor
It
colors on it. It should
does,
make everybody happy.
including pink, which is why I chose it for the project for her.
And Jean says that Titan Tire has a pink tractor for
Oh
breast
yeah.
cancer awareness. We got a very squeaky table, you guys.
Yes. And as you notice, I like to run my things through the die cutting machine forward and backward just to make sure that the dies get through without any problem.
Well, and
All
that's
right.
the Cartabella paper. It's a little thicker
It
too.
is. It is. So I've just got this,
Oh, that's
and I guess I didn't bring any adhesive, but we'll just glue that to that. And then you've got the cute little tractors in the background that goes with the, and when we go to sleep, we count tractors, not sheep.
that's so
And
cute. And I think people
you can
that
kind of see that
yeah, put it
scalloped,
on the solid there is good.
so you can see that. It's
Sarah,
just kind
that's
of cute idea.
darling.
Thank you.
And it's interesting because I wouldn't really have thought of using the tractors as a background, but it's perfect for counting tractors in your sleep,
Yeah.
which is probably why you did it.
Yep, that's exactly why. And it was leftover, so I was like, what can I use this leftover for? So yeah, it was fun doing all of these different projects with this line. Like I said, it was a nice line to use for farm stuff.
Let's just bring all your projects in
Sure.
here in the screen so people can kind of get a. Let's just have Sarah show each of her projects again as a refresher for all the
Sure.
cool stuff that we learned today.
All right, so we have the canvas board. Again, we just took a blank canvas, used some paper to create that background because, like I said, there really isn't a good landscape paper in this, which was fine because it was easy enough to
You made
do.
your own.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a free download for that
Yep.
pattern if you'd like to recreate her hills, Sarah's hills.
My hills. And then we have the green tractor ornament, little sticker on the back. We have the make your own coaster hanging. You could easily just display this on an easel. I know next week Nicole's going to be doing a demo on wall hanging, so this could be something that ties in with
Yeah.
what she's going to show you too. And then we have the other coaster project with the rectangle coaster, the little cute little chicken sign. Again, could just easily display this on a little easel.
It's nice to give those to somebody and then they can put them out and enjoy them.
Yeah, or if some people like have decor for different types of the year, you could have that out during fair time or whatever if you're big on doing the different things. We've got our greetings from Iowa card using that Tim Holtz stamp set. And just wanted to say, hey, using that same stamp set at the bottom, a dauber, some stickers. I really like this one. Which if I had my hay bale, that would have been great, but that's okay. I had
You
the
do need
animals.
hay for that, but
Which is why I'm like, I got to put some grass in there.
that worked. That worked really well.
And then we have just a couple of cards to use up some stickers on the sticker sheet. And there's still, as I showed you earlier,
Lots left.
plenty left that you can use. I was trying to figure out something to do with the overalls, but I couldn't come up with anything for that. But yeah, lots of cute stickers. And some of these, this made with lots of love, you could stick that on the back of a project. And a lot of these others you could make into coaster sayings too, just like we did with the tractors.
There's still a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
very usable things on there.
This one says, "This is the good life." This one says, "You will, or we will love you till the cows come home." Good old MacDonald has a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
the classic.
Home is where my herd is. It's a beautiful life on the farm, fun on the farm. The best memories are made on the farm. I would agree with that because as a kid, as I mentioned, I grew up in rural Iowa, but I was not a farm kid. And every summer, I really looked forward to spending a week up in Northwest Iowa with my grandparents on their farm.
Oh, that's sweet,
So, and
Sarah.
it usually coincided with the county fair, so we got to go to a county fair, and so yeah,
Those are the good times.
yeah,
Karen suggested maybe using the overalls for a baby
yeah. I
boy
saw that.
cart.
That's a good idea, definitely.
And then we have another suggestion from Jean, said you could hang them with the banners,
Oh, that's a
which
good
would be
idea
really
too.
cute
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I love all these ideas. They're very creative.
See, you guys have so many ideas for the sticker sheet already.
All right. Okay, Sarah, I'm going to switch the camera back. So we're
Okay.
going to go back to you, Sarah. I like to say that. It sounds like an official newscast. And Stacy said you could hang them from a clothesline. The overalls would be cute.
Yeah.
A little piece of twine or rope or something. Very fun. Well, Sarah, I think everybody really loved this today. This has been
Good.
great. And we have a little bit of extra time. Um, let's see. So we have a few new things that I would like to show. I'm going to pass them over to you, Sarah. We're going to come
Absolutely.
back. Well, there's a big release in about 45 minutes with Janine from 49 and Market and Ranger. So we'll let you guess what that is. And then in the meantime, I'm going to pull out a couple things that we can show you, and then I'll have to switch cameras back, but that's okay.
That's okay.
We'll do that. I'm just getting them here.
So I'd be curious, as we're talking through stuff here, how many people are gonna go to either the Iowa State Fair or your state fair? Because I know a lot of you live outside of Iowa. I know Minnesota's got a pretty good sized state fair as well.
So let's switch the camera. We got a few minutes and we have so many new things, and we're going to be showing new things later. But Sarah, I'm going to grab a couple others, but let's start by showing some of these. And the first item on the top, we showed when I came back from the trade show. And that is called a palette paper pad, but it's actually tear-off sheets that you can paint on.
And I don't think we can actually open this.
It's not openable, but the paper is kind of a waxy white paper.
It's very smooth.
So you could squirt your paint on there, your sprays, your inks, and you could use it and then you throw it away. So you don't have to like clean up your mat, if you know what I mean.
Shelly's coming from Missouri to the Iowa State Fair next weekend. Someone's going to the Minnesota State Fair.
There's a lot of state fair goers.
Letha was going to go to the state fair, but now she's going to Florida. Donna's sister's at the Iowa State Fair with her grandchildren for Twins Day.
Today's Twins Day? Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
Jean Hoppy's going to the Spencer Fair and the Minnesota Fair. And Karen just went to a county fair yesterday. So this, back to this product. So this is $6.99. You get 30 sheets in here. As Kelly said, that they are tearaway, disposable. They kind of remind me of like a thin Yupo almost. I know the color or the ink paper that Tim Holtz uses, because then the paint won't soak through.
Yeah, it's like if you don't want to have a messy workspace, you could use something like that.
I would be all about that because cleaning up.
It's new to Memory Bound. We've never had it. I've had samples of it, and then everyone was so excited about it, Sarah, that I thought we should have it for ourselves here. And that's a random sticker coming up there.
I was going to try to find something solid to put behind it, so that. I'll get those later. Okay, so this is a cute little Halloween sticker set. As you can see, there's cats, vampires, Frankenstein, ghosts, pumpkins. You get 2 sheets of those for $3.99.
Those are, I think, are really cute for kids. Or put on your envelopes or something.
Yep, definitely. Okay. Where to put stuff? And then this is a new calendar product from Paper Accents. We have.
They come in 2 sizes, and you get 2 sheets with each. So I don't know if people are thinking about for your journals or if you're making calendars. So you have all the kind of special icons that you could mark special dates. And then the sheet on the back has got all your numbers to fill in your your
that's
days
cool.
of the week.
So the small one is $5.49 and the large one is also $5.49.
That's interesting, isn't it, Sarah?
It is very interesting.
Maybe they average out the cost. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's pretty much the same thing, just
those are a classic. We have
size.
carried those for 100 years, but we've been having trouble getting them in.
I think our camera's fuzzy.
Oh, I can fix that.
There we go. All right. And then we have a new collection pack from Paper Rose. We've got Lakeside Memories in both the 6x6 and the 12x12. And the 6x6 is $8.49. I was trying to figure out if they're the same papers, and it looks like they are the same papers. And then the 12 by 12 is $17.99.
I think that's such a nice collection for
Yeah.
outdoorsy.
Outdoorsy, hunting, if you're just going to the lake, got a cabin, took a vacation to a cabin. But yeah, lots of nice outdoor images on that. All right.
And Heidi said the stickers will work with the new Simple Stories calendar, and we should be getting the new Simple Stories calendar this month, so you'll have to watch for it, everybody.
Since we're talking Paper Rose Studio, we got another collection from them. Also great timing with fall and fair and farm themes. It's called Meadowbrook Farm. We have a 6x6 collection for $8.49 and a 12 by 12 collection for $17.99. And I always love how they do these like nice patterns on the back. I love how they also do they try to do a lot of more multicolor rainbow almost effects sometimes.
Sarah, let's open the big pack
Okay.
and just for
Yeah.
ha-has. We showed Meadowbrook Farm a couple days ago, and we have the basics, and I believe they might have called them solids and basics, but there are 3 different paper packs for this collection. And then but lo and behold, the third one came in yesterday. So this is the third that goes along with the other 2 Meadowbrook Farms.
So this one here, you could even actually use this cover sheet.
I think you could.
On the back side, they always put these extra like sayings that you can cut out. Great for card making. But you could also, if you don't want to use those, you could even go back and use some of these images too.
It's pretty handy dandy, isn't it?
They think of everything. So then here is that of the 12 by 12. Ooh, that's pretty.
I know, aren't they neat? That's Sarah, that's exactly how I reacted when we showed the others.
And this is a fun,
isn't that beautiful?
Vintage farm look. It's kind of got some like vintage writing like up here in the clouds. So something about 1921. You can kind of see handwriting in the background. They've always got such fun things.
I like the daisies too.
And then we've got the blue gingham background on that. Ooh, here's my hay bale.
There's what you've been looking for, Sarah.
So some more, vintage farm looks. We got the truck with the apples, the apple stand, the windmill, hay bales, some fence line. And then we got some baskets full of fruits on the back.
Berries. Yeah, looks good.
And we got some apples.
I'm glad you said apples because in my screen they look like strawberries.
Well, at first I was like, are they peaches? Because the yellowish to them, but I'm like, nope, those are apples. And then kind of like almost like a green ticking pattern on the back. We have another cut apart. More fruits.
I just love this collection. I think it's really neat.
And then lemons.
I think it's a fruit farm, Sarah.
I think so. Oh, this is a fun one too. All the different barn and farmhouse images. And then there's that rainbow.
Lots of different colors in that, isn't there?
Yeah. And so then this is a repeat because you get 2 pieces of each in this collection.
Good. That's great for some of us that hate to cut into our paper. Because you can do it because you have another sheet.
Exactly.
Lisa said she loves that green in here, and that is a pretty cool collection.
Yeah, that is a really nice one.
So Meadowbrook Farm, there's 3 different paper collections. If you go out and search on Meadowbrook Farm, and I believe we might have some die cuts for this also.
All right, then we have some new Pink Fresh products. This is a stamp and coordinating die set. This is called Modern Scripted Sentiments. So they have the clear stamp. It looks like it's all one piece, so you would stamp all of it together. You could probably use it in your Misty or on a big stamp block. And then you can go through and cut them all out. Now the dies some of them are connected. Nope, they're all connected.
I think it's all one cut, one stamp, and one cut. So you just have to stamp once and cut once, and you're good to go.
Yep, it's all, stamp and cut once. So the die is $16.99 and the stamp is $15.99. Those are new from Pink Fresh Studio. Modern Script Sentiments. And then we have a couple of cutting plates. We have Tulip Love on the right, and we have Scalloped Grid on the left. They are both $20.99. You can
I'm
kind
into
of,
cutting plates now, Sarah. I
yeah,
really like them.
they're a nice, quick way to add a little something to the background if you don't want to use pattern paper. There's
And
those.
it's subtle.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a request to open this, so why don't you flip
Okay.
through that like you did the
All
other paper?
right. Here you go, Chris. So again, you could use those images on the front.
And they're saying along the bottom front that you could do what Peggy did yesterday on her
Yes.
layout, so you could use that also.
Yes, definitely. So this is kind of, I would say, more masculine colors. But you wouldn't have to necessarily make a masculine project. Like there's a thanks mom on here. So there's the cover. Here is the cut aparts, the 3x4s. Just really nice colors. And then the back is a kind of like a mini herringbone pattern that's blue grayish. And we got some butterflies and dragonflies.
Gosh, wait till the next one. I got a peek at the next paper, Sarah.
And then it's just got a nice wood pattern on the back.
Everybody likes wood patterns.
Oh yeah.
But look at that.
So we had our
That's
farm scenes in
beautiful.
the last one. Now we've got a mill and some pond scenes.
I'm really glad we ordered that.
Yeah. I'm glad we opened it so everybody could take a look and see.
Mm-hmm.
And then the back side is just, hey, it's the same dude from Christmas stuff because this was on the back of their Christmas pattern.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Hollies one. Yeah. So that must be their go-to book print.
It could be.
Yeah.
Chris commented that it's good for masculine cards, and she's so right.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, I saw the next one, and I keep sneaking peeks under Sarah's pile.
So this one's different cut aparts, like some rock here, little journaling cards. I really like the golden retriever that they put in there. And then there's kind of some strips, kind of like Peggy mentioned yesterday. You can cut out.
Yeah,
this one's butterflies. This one's kind of like a sky and some treetops. And then it's got a rock pattern on the back. And then there's fish for the fishermen in your life. So it's just a fish repeat. And then this looks like some kind of like antiqued metal, maybe.
Oh yeah.
It may not translate very well on the camera, but it's kind of like greenish up here and through here.
I'm glad Chris asked to see this. Oh my gosh, look at that.
This is interesting.
Wow.
They are like 3x12 strips or 4x12 because it's 3 panels. You have a pond panel, you have the ducks, and then you have the mill. So that would be fun, like on the side of like a scrapbook page.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
If you wanted to try to do
a line card, maybe.
Yeah, or you could possibly even do like a canvas.
Oh yeah, you could
do something. You
Sarah,
can put
you're good
other
at thinking on your feet.
Thank you. You could do other pattern behind it or paint it or something, but you know, if it fit perfectly on a 6x12. And then the back side is kind of an orangish herringbone pattern. And then we are back to the beginning.
Yay, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris. I enjoyed seeing that.
Glad you asked for that.
I enjoyed seeing that a lot. Sarah, I'm going to flip it back to you.
Okay.
All right, everybody. I think we're closing our day off today. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yes, thank you.
Janet left a little early because she's heading to the airport because she's going to be here tomorrow. And so Janet will be here in Iowa tomorrow. And she's launching a new card kit called This Happy Place. And so we'll be here with that. Sarah, thanks for all of the Down on the Farm.
Yes.
It was perfect for the first day of the Iowa State Fair. And like you said, Sarah, if people are coming to the fair, we hope that you have time to come in and see Memory Bound. And we got a quick question before we go. Shelly's asking about the recipe for Diane's glitter mix. So if you want to grab the rock candy and the diamond dust, it uses 2 glitters together. Yep. Diane is famous now.
So it's the diamond dust, and the Distress Rock Candy.
And the diamond dust is crushed glass, actually, and it is very, very
You want to
sparkly.
flip the
Yeah,
other
let me
camera
flip the
back
camera
on?
so you can show it. Look at that, you guys.
So that's the diamond dust. It's a very chunky glitter.
And it really picks up light.
Yes, it does.
You want to open the rock candy
Yeah.
and we can compare. So you
Oh,
mix
it's
those
sealed.
together. Oh, it's sealed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a fine glitter.
You can kind of see it
Yeah.
through the jar a little bit. It is very shiny, but it is very fine. I would say for those of you who are bakers, it's even finer than like sanding sugar that you might put on cookies. So you've got that.
When you mix them together, then your fine fills in the gaps between your glass.
The chunky is usually more visible on top, but this helps fill it in and makes it look full. And as I mentioned, Shelly, check our blog. I know that there was like a recipe posted a couple years ago. Just search for like Diane's glitter mix. I think
Yeah,
we'll get
and
that for
Janet
you.
posted it earlier, so if you don't find it, you just search for it and you're good. I'm glad you asked about that because actually Diane is pretty famous for that.
Yes, she is.
That is a Memory Bound exclusive. But there is a new product coming out from Ranger probably this month, and it's going to be it's the mica flakes with the fine glitter. So that'll be fun too. That'll be a little different.
Yeah, Teresa had shared that on one of her projects. I think it's actually on the one that's over on the wall there, the tag.
Oh, the new stuff.
Yeah, the new stuff.
Yeah. All right, let me switch cameras again, Sarah. Here you go. So this will give you a peek at what's coming from Tim Holtz, and it is a little different.
It is. I would say it's even chunkier than the diamond dust.
And a little more silvery, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. I personally think it's a lot. I like Diane's mix myself. Plus, with Diane's mix, if you want to, you can even color it with your alcohol inks if you wanted to, or your reinkers. I mean, I'm sure you could do the same with this too, but yeah, it looks a lot more silvery.
From I think because it's got the mica instead of the.
Yeah. So it just kind of depends on what look you're going for.
All right, and we have a question that I can probably solve here. Let me go back to you, Sarah, and maybe you can fill some time.
Yeah. So do you have the link for the background cutting plates you showed? I don't know if Janet had a chance to link those, but we can tell you what they are.
The one of them was called the Tulip Love. And I can get the link here. Whoops. So here's Tulip Love.
Okay.
And let's see.
So Tulip Love. And then that's what the backside looks like. Denise is asking if we will get any more of the memory bound Iowa stamp sets.
Well, we might have to. We don't have any on order right now, but now that Sarah showed how amazing that is, we might have to. We did just get in one of our earlier stamps called Greetings from Amanda. That was a reorder stamp that we have. And that was one of our original stamps that we had designed and had. And so we'll have to put that one on the list.
And I know we've got a couple of Greetings from Iowa too, which is kind of a complimentary set to the one that I used.
Yeah, there are several Iowa stamps. If you go to shopping and go to Memory Bound exclusives, they're right there.
And then this is the other cutting plate called Scalloped Grid.
Okay, that's a good one too. All right, so we got those linked. And then we will not be doing a live video at 11 o'clock because 49 and Market, Janine Meyerowitz, who owns 49 and Market, and also Ranger maybe will be on the video, but they will be actually having a live video at 11 o'clock our time here. So that's coming up in just a half hour, and they're going to show you what that brand new product is. And you guys, we have it here at Memory Bound, and we also have it bundled. So join Janine for that and 49 and Market. And you guys also remind you that Janine is going to be in Memory Bound in October, she's going to be here in person teaching classes. So mark your calendars for October 17th and 18th.
Or call and get on the wait list to be
Yeah, get on the
notified as
list.
soon as
And
we
as
have the
soon as,
details.
yeah, as soon as we have details, we will let you know.
Mhm.
So thanks, everybody. Sarah, thank you again for
Thank
everything
you.
today.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Looks like the Iowa stamp set is very popular,
I
so we're
guess
gonna
we
have to
might
look
have
into
to
that.
check into it
That
for
corn
sure.
card was a hit.
It was really good, Sarah.
Thank you.